Hello, hello everyone. How goes it? Maybe Elpec will join. Seems I'm streaming during Elpec hours. Since, you know, he regularly complains that I don't stream enough during Elpec hours. A valid complaint. I was hoping that would go away with this latest update. Oh well. Anyways, how is everyone doing today? I was just kind of fiddling around in the world, and then I realized, I ran into an issue that made me realize, you know, I could stream this, and then it would be, you know, less boring and also kind of fun to stream. So let me walk you through the changes that I made yesterday, because we streamed on Thursday, but I didn't stream yesterday, but I did play a good bit yesterday. So let's talk about it. Let's take a look. Starting at the house over here. I've been... What is the dog barking at? I've recolored a lot of my terminals in my houses brown, using brown cable. I think that they are... I think it's a nice neutral brown. Why are you shuffling? You specifically acted like you weren't gonna shuffle, and then you proceeded to shuffle. Stop that. So this is like really nice compared to the bright white. So I've been doing that. I have been running our Certus Quartz farm we set up last stream, and I enchanted all of my Annihilation plants with Fortune 3. So when we run this, we're going to get way more Certus than we were getting before. So if we take a look at our Certus supplies now, we're at about 1353. If I run this and turn this off again, that immediately got us 47. Sorry, 37. I ended up doing a lot of dense cable things. As you can see, I've done... I don't like this room. I just don't enjoy this. This is not big enough for AE. I need a bigger controller, and I want a bigger controller. This is just too small of a basement. So I need to figure that out. But for now, I've gone dense cables every which way. So you've got blue, red, and green down. So now, if we could take a look in spectator mode, you'll see this green cable is powering our controller still, is going to this storage bus and is coming over here. And with our farm, I've been able to much more easily set up a bulk supply of Fluix. So I've been making just plain Fluix, uncolored, uncovered cable and replacing them in a lot of places. So now we've got a bunch of smart cables back. We have 177 white cables back. I have run into an issue though. I also rearranged my backpack so that all the important wrenches and stuff are just readily available and bookmarked. And then, one thing I did do is I set up P2P for energy. So we are no longer running HV across this stretch here. We're now just running standard cable. And we're going to need to change that to dense. That's one of the things I needed to talk to you about today. But we have HV now running from that MV accumulator, which is kind of funny, but whatever, it's fine. Excuse me. HV now goes all into the base here, comes back here into a MV accumulator, which then goes into a bunch of advanced universal cable. And this universal cable has a good buffer on it, as you can see. And I've got it hooked up to both my energy acceptor and also my energy P2P tunnel. And that P2P tunnel is providing energy over here, because we don't have HV running to this building anymore. So that P2P tunnel is coming over here, and it'll go to other places as well in time. I also replaced the output barrels that we had over here with gold barrels. I hooked up this guy to a so it's really cool. This guy is now excuse me, is now hooked up to a storage bus. So now we can access our treated wood. And I was going to do the same thing over here for that Duraplast, which I do think I actually want to make a framed drawer. For that, made of sun metal and treated wood, probably. I don't know, let me see. Yeah, that's a good look. But I ran out of channels. I'm missing a channel now, which sucks. So we've got to fix that. Let me get this and swap you out. Now, to make these dense ME cables, we're going to need a bunch of Fluix blocks. Not a big deal. We've been making a good bit. I've also got to order by number of items. So we've got quite a bit here. Not really a problem, necessarily. But I just need a bunch of dense covered cable. And... oh, come on. I don't actually have any. So let's get some. So we really only need, I think, 2 of these. We're going to need a bunch of the dense cable relays. We're going to need a bunch of these cable coils. Probably even more than that. Let's see if we can get 32 of these. And make 8 more. Because, unfortunately, we're going to need to rerun and rewire basically all of this. And it's not ideal, but it's also not, like, the worst thing in the world. We just need to grab some of our dense cable. We have a bunch. I actually don't need this. Can I wash you? Yeah, should be able to put you in the washer. Yeah. So you should get washed and then go into our... I hooked up an interface, or interface right here. So now everything that comes through our system goes into the interface. So dense cables have the same range. I was looking into the config previously. So what we need to do, really, is kind of start to lay this out, right? Because we're going to have to kind of rework our entire infrastructure here, unfortunately. So let's start looking at it. So we had red over here. Let's grab some red. And then we can do a dense cable connector there. Now, that means we're going to need to hook up dense cables. Let's go and take our non-dense and just start storing these away. We have a bunch of stuff in here that I don't really need, actually. Right now, I specifically just need to go through and start connecting these points together. Wow, that has a really cool look compared to the other one. It's like HV if it was a cable for AE. Keep in mind, I haven't played with immersive wires in a while. I think the last time I played with this mod was my 1/12 Let's Play pack. Why can you do that? That's so goofy. Why would I want it on the bottom side of a leaf? Whatever. And I've started to go with these T brackets for these wooden posts. I find that they look really good. when you do them this way, and then have a lantern on the other side. Oh, I should have been smarter about that. So at least these have the same range, because it makes it really easy to move these. Or to change these out, I should say. Because I don't have to work on any of the infrastructural components of it as far as the build goes. I've already been doing that this morning for quite a while. So far, so good, but I think we're going to run out of cable. We should be able to get over here at least, which is fine. I think we can get over here. As long as we can get to our main system over here, we will be okay. Okay, so we're gonna need a few more of those. That's fine. I think we have enough energy buffer, but we'll see. I'm hoping we'll have enough energy buffer in our system to continue to make more of those. Nope, we did not. Okay. That's fine, because we can just go yoink. Energy over here. It's not a big buffer, but it's a buffer. Now, I don't think we need a dense line going all the way over. I do think we just need a little bit of a dense line. I don't think it needs to be that huge of one. We'll see though. So let's do this here, and we'll tell the opposite side energy output, and that's going to power our system up just enough to make cable. How much? I don't have a lot of cable. That is really frustrating. I thought I had more. That's a start. That's a start. Let me grab this again. I don't think we're going to need it for a minute. Yeah, we're running kind of an expensive system here, so it's important that we can keep powering this, but, you know, it is what it is. So largely what we need is we need to get rid of you. This whole thing... Hey, Minecraft Bear, how goes it? This whole thing needs to be optimized a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Did I bring dense cable with me? I was supposed to. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So we're going to put our dense cable down with our grass block and our dense cable connector with our dense cable relay here. Cable from you to you and you to you. So now we should have one live dense cable with 32 channels Device offline. Why is the device offline? That makes sense. Hang on. So there's an energy acceptor, and we need to get energy into this guy. I'm gonna do something really ugly for a second just to make this kind of work. I'm doing good today. It's been a good day so far, Minecraft Bear. Thanks for asking. This is gonna be super ugly, but the thing is this line, or this setup over here, doesn't have its own energy. The energy actually lives over there. So when I do this, you're gonna actually have a channel now. You have 4 channels. If you're using the Prism Launcher supports Kali, I'm pretty sure. So that should be pretty straightforward. Goodness, the dog is angry at basically nothing helpful. She loves to be stupid like that. So Prism's a good way of doing that. That's how I would do it. From there, though, I can't say that I have a really clear answer. I also don't use Kali. Okay, here we go. So now we have access to our grid again. What I want is just some plain Fluix cable. And I want to make an anchor, or make a new facade, sorry, out of this grass, so that we can run this kind of intelligently-ish. It's not gonna be that intelligent. I also just realized you're probably not gonna remember your linkage, which sucks, but that's fine. Would be nice if you did, but it is. Oh, I see. Dang. And so now I'm thinking what we could do is continue to run over here and then over to here. So we would have, basically we'd have you there with a glass cable connector right there, because we don't need to send a lot of channels over. Okay, that's going to be in the way. Good to know. If I put you here, is that going to be in the way still? It is. At what point are you no longer in the way? This is so ridiculous. Okay. Plans have changed a little bit, but that's all right. There we go. So now I should be able to run cable. From the dense line, we'll just basically make a less dense line that goes over into our immersive engineering space over there. I do actually have a facade for you, so we're going to put that down. Have you there and there. So now everything should be live. We're doing a bunch of applied energistics stuff. So basically, it's really confusing. I think the map is probably the best way to explain this. My goodness, the dog is feeling barky. Okay, so here's the best way to explain this. My ME core, the core of our network, is in this house, in the basement here. I have wires that run over here. You can see some of the wires here. They run all the way over to this base where I am now. Now, I don't have any power over here. There is no power in this space. So my wires are carrying power to the controller, and the power is actually coming from in here. So the energy is going across ME cables here, and then across ME cables all on these little, you see these little orange dots? Those are my cable lines all the way over here. And so by doing this, if I detach anything here or anything here, my controller all the way over here will lose power and die. So I'm running into this issue that I'm having to figure out, which is how do I get more channels across, which I just fixed that. These are all dense now, which means they carry 32 channels, and these are non-dense, so they carry 8. In other words, there's 8 channels going over there and 32 in this building, 8 of which are being consumed by that. So there's really 24 that are free. So yeah, it's kind of complicated, but the wires have a purpose. These wires are energy wires, and they are spicy. They love to make you hurt. All right, so we will put you back, because you're surely, yeah, you're eating away at that buffer a little bit. Put you there, and where's my HV cable gone? That's annoying. And so now, the whole purpose is I wanted to make sure you had enough channels. So realistically now, what I really want to do is have a smart cable, which will tell me how many channels we're using, because otherwise you just have to guess. So ideally what we'll do is we'll probably have a smart cable, because our cable line comes in right here. So I might replace you in particular with a smart cable. Maybe even the one before and after as well. Put you here and here. And now we should see the network while it boots up. We're using 4 of our 8 channels over here. Because one of the things that I did was I hooked up this guy to export creosote oil, because I hooked up our system over here to feed from the creosote oil in this tank. So now if I look in our network, if I grab my crafting terminal and put it back, creosote now shows up. We have 224 buckets of creosote, and I can grab it. I mean, I still would continue to suggest that you use Prism Launcher. I think you just need a better launcher that can support Fabric better, is what I'm hearing. Sort by the number of items descending. And we're going to wash these cables. So that was a minor expense, but now we have 32 cables running. And what's really cool is if we come all the way over here into the basement, you can actually see all of those. If I break this, you can see all 9 channels we're using. We're using 4 of them at the factory, so that would be Duraplast, the terminal, the P2P, and the export bus for creosote. And then we're using 5 at the first factory, which would be the storage bus for creosote, the storage bus for the treated planks, the crafting terminal, the other P2P bus, and then the interface. The ME interface that we're using to suck in items from cooking and washing. So that's where all of our channels have gone. It's good that we know this. We can also grab a network tool, one of these. And if I right click, it'll actually tell us anywhere, anytime, like Oh, I forgot you can keep modules in these. You can make facades transparent. I didn't know that. That's cool. So you can see through all of my facades. I had no idea you could do that. That's really neat. That's really smart, actually. So yeah, now you can see through all of my facades, which is kind of gross. This is why I like facades so much. Again, I don't love this basement. It was fun to build, but I've already outgrown it. But now we can come to basically any consumer. I'm betting I could even do it here. No, okay. Well, we can come to pretty much any point, almost any point, and figure out what we're using, how much we're using right now. We're using 18 RF on channels, about 54 RF in general, just to run things, and then that will go up significantly if we turn on our Certus Quartz farm, if we turn on this system. Now we're using 140-ish RF, 100 extra. That's why we keep that off. So changing that over to dense did not take that long. That was good. Can I not? Oh. I can't. Minorly inconvenient, but not that big of a deal, I guess. Unless, is it just because it was in my hotbar? Do I have to have it in my inventory? No, I don't think it'll let me. All right, let's go ahead and sit here and wait for the train to come back over, because I keep on flying around when I really shouldn't be flying that much. Let's see what's on Amadron. Wait, the chest is empty. I forgot about that. That's okay. Here comes the train. So scenic. Wow. A gift. I don't really need to be here yet. I need to go to the other factory. So we'll chill out for a second. He got messed up. So did that Ray. Yeah, these dummies probably shouldn't be on the tracks. Anyways, here comes my stop. Look at this guy. He thought he could get me. So now, if I go look at Duraplast, yep, now we can see it. If I pull all of our Duraplast out, we'll see that we have no Duraplast. But then if I go put more in, Perfect. Okay, so the thing that I really wanted to get into, I wanted to make an energy cube. But I really need to get a combiner to make that a little easier, I'm thinking, to make. I don't know. There's another thing that I wanted to make, and I can't remember what it was. Let's go take a look at the things I can use this for. Maybe it'll spark my memory. I want to say it was actually one... Oh, dimensional storage. That's right. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember what. Yeah, I need 4 dimensional chests. So let's grab 4 of these. And then we need a bunch of elites. So we need control circuits. Now, control circuit to the next tier. Sorry. Alloy to the next tier is going to be 1 to 4, if I remember correctly. Yeah. We'll do 12. So now I can craft these guys. And I can do that. Dimensional storage is super cool, and we're going to be getting into it today. Sure, since I don't stack. So what I was wanting to do, what I continue to want to do, what I'm going to be doing today, is I'm going to hook up this system here to dimensional storage. That way, no matter where I am, I can wash, and I can... So we're gonna make these private. Frequency locked, change, locked, frequency 2 change. And what I want is I want to get a clipboard from create so that I can write down all of our frequencies. So frequency list. Let me grab, can I do color codes here? I don't know. And then what I can do is just rename this at some point. Now, I've got some tough. I may take... Nah, it's okay. So now we've got that set up. And what's really nice is I can then... Actually, there's 2 things that I could do. Because I don't want to, like, get over here and then not be allowed to smelt or wash things. So let's do 2 things. Let's grab modular router times 2. And let's set up 2 routers, one here, one here. That way, we can do this 2 different ways. Because I don't want to lock ourselves out, you know? Like, that would be kind of a pain. If we get here, we need to smelt something, and we can't anymore. So let's do router here, router here. We're going to need a puller module times 2. We're going to need a sender module Mark II. Because this guy here... Ah, locked means you cannot interact with it. That's not good. I'm glad I figured that out. So we're going to send you here and here. And we are going to pull from above. Pull from above. If I grab stack upgrades... So this is washing, that is cooking, and then I grab some speed upgrades. We won't need many of these, but I don't know. Let's go and max them out. We've got enough. We should then be able to pull from above. Let's grab blaze powder and orange dye. And a bottle of, I guess, milk and blue dye. Let's try honey, actually. So this is going to be smelting. So that's milk bottle. What does honey bottle look like? Honey bottle looks cooler. Right. Honey bottle, dye, dye. So now anything that I put into here... let's grab something that doesn't double smelt. Let's grab some sand. It's going to get pulled, sent over here, smelted, and then pushed in. Now the last thing is I had these guys. Can be washed needs to go here. Can't be smelted needs to go here. And now that's going to keep things that cannot be smelted from going in. So now we've got extras all around. This is working all the same that it was, but now it's a little more hidden away. It's disconnected some, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Like if I really wanted to make some flint, for example, you can take gravel and wash it. So I could just do this, and it's going to go in. And because I did 3 stack upgrades, it's actually going to go in batches of 3. Which is going to be, or batches of 16, which is going to make things a little more efficient because it's going to spread them out into smaller stacks and make it quicker. Utilizing these 5 blocks of washing to their maximum. Now I should have more flint. Beautiful. Last but not least, we can set these guys up in a couple other places if we really wanted to. I'm thinking probably over here. This is where I tend to use it would tend to use it the most, I would suspect. So we can put you there and you... I don't know. We can just rotate them for fun. These are just bins. Let's grab more labels. Let's also rename this frequencies. Hey RageCron, how goes it? That's annoying, I can't rename it. Heck. Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. I'm gonna put this here. So we've got private channel 1, private channel 2. This will be honey, just because it looks cooler when you dye it. Orange, let's just go dye and just grab that and that. And there we go. So now if I were to need more glass, for example, let's grab sand. Let's take a look at the glass. We have 715. If I put 4 stacks of sand in here, they're going to disappear because they're in sync. It's going to take a little while to smelt stacks at a time. But now we should not have to run around quite so much. Ideally. There we go. More sand. Or more glass. Just like that. Likewise, I have a bunch of glass panes that are all in colors that I don't really need to have in any particular color. So what I can do is come over here to my toolbox, grab my chisel, unchisel these guys. So now they're just normal glass panes from Minecraft, and toss them into the washing station. Hey, Leon. Not too much. How about you? And we should see glass panes come in. Because I use washing a whole bunch. I use smelting a whole bunch. Those two should be easily automated. Grinding as well. We'll have to get into that very soon. What's taking so long? It shouldn't be taking this long. These can be washed. Did I not? Oh, I didn't set your frequency correct. My bad. Yeah, you can change the number here all you want, but unless you hit save... Right, the items moved frequency. Got it. Okay, sorry. Weirdness. Not weirdness, just forgetting how this works. Dim storage is really cool. It's just a little different. There we go. Now we have a bunch of glass panes because we were able to unchisel and undie all of them. Which is ideal. Just continuously sliding out of bed like you do. So, now we've got that set up. We've got a whole bunch of stuff set up, really. Because just to explain for those who missed it, because I know a few new people have come in, last stream we got a couple of things hooked up, but this stream and yesterday off stream, I started to hook up dense cables. We have red dense smart cable here. So the red line is going over... I'll show you where the red line is underneath our house, but for now, here you can see that red line coming through in all these dense cables into right over here where I have another red cable, just to make it consistent. And that red cable is coming over here underground with just a standard glass cable, as well as hooking up a handful of components over here. So we have all of our items that get washed or smelted go into an interface now. All of our creosote oil is now visible in our network. All of our treated wood is also now visible in our network. That creosote oil is being sent over here. So now the creosote is being exported here. So now we don't have to constantly refill it. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Ant Gamer. Yeah, I've noticed the Steampunk server has been crazy busy. I actually am very surprised that it has been that busy. I'm very happy people are playing on it, though. I never knew it would be that busy. I should probably hop on at some point. Just kind of see how that's going, you know? But yeah, we've hooked up a bunch of stuff now. So over here, oh, the Duraplast is also now hooked up, and we now are using P2P to hook up energy into our network. So we have a energy acceptor and a P2P tunnel. Oh, good. I have basically completely unregulated on that server because people seem to be pretty chill. I was hoping I could buy more capacitors because I'm lazy. Why don't we set up a combiner? What am I missing for this? I just need a bunch of alloy. All right, so now there's that. Perfect, beautiful, fantastic. I need a few of these actually, so we'll just get started on that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So this is the Harmonious Imagineering mod pack. This is the world we've been playing in for a while now, and it has been, oh shoot, right, yeah, okay. It has been going really well. We've been playing in this pack for so long, though. And so we are finally getting to kind of enjoy some of the fun components of it now, I suppose you could say. Because we've just been grinding away this whole time. I'm going to put you here for now because I'm lazy. So now we need mech upgrade of the speed and energy variety. I'd really like some tiered installers as well, but that's not happening right now. Let's grab 8 pieces of steel and 8 pieces of gold. Toss these in here. Now that should be much faster. And if I grab some plastic... Oh my god, we are low on plastic. Oh, really? Well, I appreciate that, Ant Gamer. Yeah, I mean, I've just been doing this for a while. I'm a game developer by day. So it's just sort of become... most of my life now, I guess. I don't know. Now, in the combiner, I'm still going to need these. We need to start getting more plastic made. We're going to need to go get some oil. Let's go ahead and get the things that I'm really focusing on right now, but we really need to get some oil soon. I want to get myself... Right, we're out of plastic. Yeah, that's right. I also think our P2P tunnel has been unlinked, I'm pretty sure. So let's relink that real quick. So we're going to saved device from memory card. Is that going to be a problem? I might break and replace you just to be sure. So we'll do you and then you, then copy. The reason I really wanted this is because it's decently easy to upgrade it, but again, now we're out, so it's kind of unfortunate. Now, what tells me we are not currently sending P2P over here is we should be charging this guy, and we weren't. Yeah, we weren't. There we go. Both. So we have quests. I'm working through them now, pretty slowly. But we also have changed a bunch of crafting recipes. Capacitors and stuff have a completely new recipe. But not only that, the capacitors are required in a lot of mechanism machines. Because I really like focusing on, not like complete realism, but like when you see some of my changes, it makes a lot of people who like know a decent bit about technology think, yeah, that makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, that's a reasonable change. They do tend to use capacitors and transistors, you know. So I don't know. I really enjoy those itty bitty changes that are like, you know, they change the progression. We have a lot of progression changing stuff in here, but nothing that makes you like really unhappy. At least not me. I hope that goes the same for everyone else. We're basically just siphoning energy into this energy cube completely by accident. Whoops. Let's go and put you back in here. The P2P card probably should start to live with us, but I don't know yet. Yeah, they are. We, I would probably use stuff like that more often, but we don't have some of the more advanced mods like GregTech that offer a lot of that, you know? Like, we don't have any sort of microchips at all. But PCBs can be made in the standard way, and those get used in a handful of places. It's not uncommon for machines to use them instead of the control circuits, for starters. They're also used to make a lot of the mechanical components that go into this. And Gamer, I'm actually not that surprised. I hang out and talk with, in my work, I hang out with a lot of people from all over, and your dialect and your, like, just the way you speak in chat reminded me of either Portugal or, what's the other one? Why can't I remember? There's Portugal and there's another place that we work. One of the Polynesian countries. No, not Polynesian. I can't remember now for some reason. One of the places that I used to work at when I worked at Ernst & Young, we used to work with a lot of people from this country, and I can't remember now for the life of me. Do I keep all my... Where do I keep my fluid pipes now? Oh, in here. No, it's not one of the... It's not one of the Spanish adjacent countries. Not one of the Latino countries. I can't remember. Philippines. The Philippines. That's what it was. Sorry. I totally had a blank. What about this printed silicon? The recipe or the fact that I'm still using it? I mean, I'm not going for hyper realistic, but I am going for interconnected. Hence this. Interconnected, but still logical, you know. Can't be going full willy-nilly here. It could be, but I don't have a... I'm not installing GregTech, so... And we don't have other microchips. I mean, I could use Cube.js to make microchips, I guess, but... Like, I try not to use Cube.js to make too many items. Zinc dust was the biggest exception. Yep. Yeah, that could be fun. So we need to go find some oil. I have a waypoint that says almost definitely oil, probably. I think I probably drained that, but if I didn't, that would be cool. forgetting a lever. I knew there was something that I was forgetting. Using iron in the recipe? Maybe. I mean, it depends. I'm pretty happy with a lot of these recipes, but it changes. I mean, I am American, going to get the oil, so... I've also learned this really funny glitch where the jump boost from Pneumatic Craft, combined with just holding down the spacebar, makes you, like, kind of launch. It just depends. Yep, here it is. Definitely almost maybe oil, probably. I actually really enjoy the way that Pneumatic Craft uses oil. I'm very happy with it. Again, I don't really care too much about extreme detail in accuracy. Like, it's fun at times, but it can also get really overwhelming and overbearing. So balance is really good in my opinion there, but Pneumatic Craft has that balance. I actually have a friend who really didn't want to get into it at all on our FTB Genesis private server. And I'm like, I'll do it. I like it. This can hold 128, so we should probably do that. Here, I can show off that launching feature. There we go. Just zoom in. There's a lot more oil over here. Whee! Hey, Luke. What is this? Oh, yeah, this is one of the abandoned, ruined villages, I think, right? Let's also delete the almost definitely oil because it is no longer definitely oil. That is probably sad. I disabled my minimap just out of personal preference. Like, we still have the mod, I just didn't want it on anymore. And it makes things a little interesting when navigating. Why did that go there? Rest in peace, that single source of oil. Twitch.tv/ohitjustjose. I need to post it in the description of these, but it doesn't post automatically like it's supposed to anymore because YouTube constantly changes everything all the time. This is a big America moment. The irony is I'm doing all of this just for some plastic. It's not even anything of interest. It's not like I'm doing anything diabolical. The man needs plastic. It's me, I'm the man. I've used all of my plastic for capacitors and transistors for machines, and so now I'm like, ah, crap, okay. Oh, you're full. Well, that's unusual. I'm not sorry. What is this, 7? I mean, you're not wrong. Diabolical plants are good. I really should just now that I'm not doing stuff, I should really just disable my jump boost from being quite so OP. Because it is, like, genuinely annoying. I run into stuff all the time. It's really useful for when I'm stuck in a hole constantly trying to do stuff, but, like, I'm not anymore. Not right now. Upgrade tank, please. Right, plastic. I need plastic to do anything. Anything. Because that's just the way of the world. Love it. Great. I also have all this diesel, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think it's, yeah, just standard diesel. Fluid extractor and another lever would be good. Go ahead and turn you on. Disconnect you and do that. And so now you should start to fill up with crude oil. We're not wasting any heat. And now we should be able to get tank. For the LPG. That's right. Wait, hang on. You can make LPG from diesel, can't you? No, from gasoline, which you can get from kerosene, which you can get from diesel. Perfect. Well, welcome to Twitch. So that's all thermopneumatic. So that's like... Yeah, YouTube stream delay is actually criminal. So now we'll be able to get kerosene and kind of work through it all. I'm gonna sleep so the things go faster. Yeah, YouTube stream delay is like 20 to 30 seconds now. There was a time where it wasn't quite that bad. It is no longer that time. I keep seeing this because I browsed the latest updated for my specific version that I'm working on in this pack. So I regularly browse this and hit these links up just to see if there's anything. And so I've seen that so many times. I've seen this icon several times, but I've never actually looked at it because it didn't seem super intriguing to me. So the thing about chemistry is I don't know anything about it. Everything I've learned through osmosis. I've never taken through high school, undergrad, and grad school. I've never taken a singular, not one, chemistry class. Never. So chemistry scares me a tiny bit. And for me to add it to this pack, I'm not just tossing mods together. Every mod in this pack has a purpose. It has either a purpose as a quality of life or a purpose as a quest line or a quality of life add-on for a quest line mod. And so I would have to learn enough chemistry to know the mod fully to document how it works as a quest line for this pack. It would be fun in like a kitchen sink pack or like Forge Serve for 120, but... Definitely would be a little while until I got into it. Well, that's good. Yeah, there's a good bit that you can feed to the blaze burners in this pack too, which is nice. You can also use the blaze burners to run the thermopneumatic processing plant and to run the refinery controller, I learned. Well, I learned and did it, and then vortex tubes are still more efficient. But, hey RGB Productions, how goes it? Oh, that's cool. Things you can superheat with. That's nice. All right, so now we have kerosene. This is the blue stuff you were talking about, right? Well, this pack, this is my Harmonious Mageneering pack. So this pack, we've been making a lot of progress in it. We are basically at the end. Almost at the end, I would say. Down to like the last few things, except setting up a reactor is going to be a nightmare, and I need to figure out how to do that so that I can then document it in a quest line. Which is not happening today, but it's a long weekend, so it might happen tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about fusion or fission. Probably I don't remember which one gets you polonium, but probably enough to get you into polonium. I might go, I think fission comes after fusion, if I remember correctly, so that would be good to talk about, but not strictly necessary, I don't think. Fission gives polonium. Crap. That's right. Fusion is the one that's... I mixed them up. Normally, I know the difference. In my head, though, I don't know why. Fission sounded... Oh, God. How do I explain how stupid I am? Fission sounded like the more complicated one, but I know when I think about the difference between what fission is and what fusion is, I know that fusion is the harder one. I just wasn't thinking about what they were. I was just thinking about how the words sounded in my head. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, this is basically just, washer fluid for your car. Blinker fluid. Fusion is fusing atoms. Exactly. No, I get it. I know what they are. My brain turned off and said, no. Fission sounds harder. It's a word that sounds more difficult than fusion. Fusion is a word that we talk about more regularly than fission, so fission has to be the harder one, is the route my brain took. But when if I had stopped to think of the definition of the two, I would have immediately been like, no, no. Fusion is the harder one. Luke, you've become a microwave. Sorry. It's also entirely possible that the blue stuff is actually just blue raspberry Kool-Aid. Like the kind that comes in the wax bottles. Does anyone else feel super nostalgic for that stuff? Well, that's great. I'll be sure to avoid that somehow. I mean, I will probably talk about putting that literally anywhere else. Go. I wish I could drink it. Go build your fusion reactor or fission reactor, either way. Go build it in the Aether. Go build it in a slider dungeon. Better yet, go build it in a slider dungeon that hasn't been defeated yet, so you have unbreakable blocks. That's the solution. Turn your fusion reactor, or your fission reactor, your choice, into a train. Can't possibly go boom if it's an entity in another rendered dimension. Right? That's how that works? Vaguely? Obviously not. Lots of really stupid ideas. Why are you like this? Grassoline. I've seen that add-on, and I did feel minorly concerned. I am, by the way, just to be completely clear, to be completely transparent, as if the very gay text all over wasn't already kind of clear enough, I am as pro-LGBTQIA as it possibly gets. I hope that doesn't offend you. If it does, see ya, I guess. But when I saw that, I was like, that's much. Like, that is... I have nothing against... that, but that's much. Yeah, my wife's Arrow Ace, so I feel that. And I've got like 7 moms, and my dad is female to male trans, so chosen dad is female to male trans. So yeah, no, like, just absolutely no idea what the hell the community is on that made them think, you know what Create needs more of? Frickin' HRT. I don't know. I just thought it was odd. I thought it was an odd add-on, but I also have always felt like the gender mod from iPixely was super strange and super cursed. And it's not because I hate women, it's because it was clearly done so that people could have boobs for boobs. Or so that people who just don't identify as themselves in real life could at least feel some identity in a game. Which, again, I get that and it's touching, but in this case, I question it. You know, like I feel concern. Great concern. Also, I feel kind of sad that not a single person made a comment on my terrible Waystone name for the oil that I'm going to go back to. Either y'all are immune to my terrible puns, or you saw that coming, or it was so bad that you didn't want to say anything. Or you just left. You did the right thing and you just left. No, because I'm coming back to the Waystone, so I named it. We'll be back. What am I doing standing here wasting time? I can sleep the day off too, and then this pack, we don't have tick acceleration through time in a bottle or any stupid adjacent mechanics. Sleep is tick acceleration. That's fine. I am too. I still say it. I live in the South, so it's just become part of my daily dictionary. All right, so now you go in one more time, I believe, right? Dear God, man who discovers the moon is haunted. But yeah, we don't have standard tick acceleration. We have tick acceleration by means of time actually makes random growth ticks and tile entity ticks accelerate. Which is why the more tile entities you have, the slower it takes to sleep throughout the night, because it actually ticks them synchronously rather than just being like, hey, by the way, here's a bunch of ticks that just happened. Boom, 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 boom. Catch up, please. It's kind of respectful in that regard. Anyways, LPG, then we'll need to go in one more time with some coal. You know what's nice? I forgot I needed coal, and I now don't have to fly/take a train all the way back to my base. I could just go right here. All right. Molten plastic time. And we're gonna need more tanks, but that's okay. We were able to save... Are you kidding me? I hate it when this happens. Stupid glass panes. Lobotomy dash. Chat is feeling real spicy today, I can tell. Although it's funny. It's also nice having people around just chatting. Doesn't happen with such frequency that often. It's very nice. Even if we are talking about cursed gender dysphoria mods for Minecraft. Sorry, that's just sticking with me. No Man's Sky just updated. What did they add? Snad refuses. Snad is such a stupid mod. It makes me very angry. Mind you, it's one of those mods that like, oh, it's in the pack. Yeah, I guess I'll use it, but it upsets me deeply. It's such a goofy-ass mod. Hey, at least we're getting more plastic. Is there... I guess HDPE is our next route, right? That's valid. I guess I should probably start getting into HDPE. A big update. Oh dang. That sounds exciting. Is it exciting? Do we like big updates in the No Man's Sky community? I don't know. Minecraft updates tend to go back and forth. Terraria updates are always accepted like as if God himself came to Earth, because Relogic is just such a great company, I guess. SNAD is 8 gigs out of the 16 gig game? No, I know what you mean. Just context switching is funny to see not happen. My oil is receiving a lot of smoke and probably a lot of heat. I hope that doesn't become an explosive issue. That's valid. I mean, same with Terraria. Terraria's modding community is pretty big, but it's still like there's not as many giant mods that take over like there are in Minecraft. I mean, mind you, Minecraft is bigger, but Terraria's updates, content updates from the developers themselves are significantly better than anything Mojang has pushed out since post Microsoft purchase. Not to get hugely analytical. I am way ahead of you, Redstone game stream. So, HDPE can be used anywhere that pneumatic-craft plastic sheets can be used, but not vice versa. So, for example, a basic fluid tank, which has a changed recipe, will use some plastic of either variety, but some of these recipes... let me find a good mechanism recipe that's like decently logical. I think induction casing. Yeah, induction casing requires HDPE sheet. The basic chemical tank doesn't really care because chemicals can be gotten decently early. So yeah, once we get into HDPE production, we'll be good, both on energy and then also on plastic variants. Yeah. They do get pretty bloated. That's with this pack, I've gone with as few create add-ons as humanly possible. Because I really do think that create is a cool mod. But this pack isn't about create, and I made that mistake with Harmonious Engineering 3, where the entire pack kind of revolved around, you're gonna have create, you're gonna use create, you're gonna centralize your entire build around create, and you're gonna enjoy it, goddammit. And so, like, I didn't mind that, playing it myself, but I didn't want to force other people into that. And so this pack, we have create Steam and Rails. We have the Create Connected mod, which also adds a bunch of copycat blocks. I didn't play either of those, but I trust you on that. And then Create Power Loader. And the reason for Create Power Loader is I have this idea in my head that I haven't tested yet, but if it works, great. If it doesn't work, Create Power Loader is out the window. We're not using Create Power Loader, but Create Power Loader is a chunk loader mod. And what I'm hoping is A, that it chunk loads create structures correctly, which I think it does, and B, I can use it with Mechanism's digital miner to create a inchworm drive digital miner that just infinitely digital mines the resources for a straight line using create. I think I can do that. I don't remember if the digital miner has a way to reactivate itself without using the GUI. That's the one thing I'm concerned about. I don't remember. I've never automated it, so I don't remember if there is a way to start the digital miner without opening the GUI. Yep. Which I think is kind of fun. We're gonna need more coal. But at least we're not gonna need more plastic. The 112 pack I actually just updated. It should be working. It just updated it yesterday. I had actually kind of abandoned it because everyone else had, and I didn't really have time for it, but I saw that someone that I'm friends with was wanting to stream it today, and he ended up getting the flu, which sucks. But I was like, oh, were you going to play on this pack? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, I hadn't deleted the pack. I just archived it into a different folder on my dedicated server. So I just moved it over, turned it back on, and then he was like, can you add this mod and maybe update a few? I was like, that's not too terribly difficult. Yeah, sure. Why not? I hadn't asked myself that until now. Redstone game stream. Applied elevators. Yeah, the 112 mod pack? Yeah, it received an update. So if you go to the public server, if you go to the website mc.ohsj.com, I updated the latest version. Here you can see the change log, so you can see I updated, added Arcane Apprentices, Warp Drive, not enough IDs because we ran out of IDs, and Computercraft. And then I removed a few mods that were just unhelpful and not ideal. And then updated, looks like 5 different mods. So that's where you can get it. And then the actual pack itself, you don't need the IP if you were going to go play it at any point. You don't need the IP. The pack has a custom main menu, and there's a button to join the server that points straight to the right server IP, which did change, so that's why I bring it up. All right, so we should have more copper. I should really start turning a lot of copper into copper wire. I'm gonna use a lot of copper wire. Well, what Minecraft Modpack launcher do you use? I use Prism Launcher, so you can use either of them. I would go with the MR pack one. If you use the CurseForge launcher, use the CurseForge version on the right. If you use the Modrinth launcher, use the one on the left. If you use AT, I think you would want to use the CurseForge launcher as well. For GD launcher, I don't know anymore. Kind of stopped caring about GD launcher when they deleted years of Minecraft instances permanently for the rest of my life. So I respectfully don't give a rat's ass. Sorry, a rat patootie. A perfect opportunity that I missed. How dare I? All right, so now we can make more capacitors. Ryan, I don't like to talk about it because it makes me sad. It is a story. It is a story. Okay, so I really liked GD Launcher. It was made in Electron, and I really understood Electron. I really understood Minecraft, and it was nice because I worked on and contributed to GD Launcher pretty regularly. No, you're good. I understood it. It was easy to work on. It was something that I could just dive into, load up, git pull, get the latest NPM project, do whatever, just get into it, you know? So I had contributed to it a lot. And at one point, become mentally insane inside. Yes, correct. At one point, I installed I think one of their versions, and I wanted to install mine, and there was some cross contamination between the two versions, so I had uninstalled. And Electron, the Electron installer that they had not configured. And so Electron, when you install an application and then uninstall it from the control panel, this installer program that they were using that is a standard for Electron offers, I don't know what the heck that was, offers to delete your application data. And normally, yes, that is what I would want. So I hit yes. My application data is where all of my instances live. Who in their right mind would want that? Select it as the default, first of all. And also even enabled in the first place. What should have happened is they should have configured it to not delete your instances folder and let you know with the pop-up saying, so, like the default pop-up in Windows just says some folders could not be deleted. Please see printout folder path for remaining files. Just do that. Just do the default, but they didn't even do the bare minimum. I lost everything. I was able to restore, let's go to my data store. I was able to restore little more than the existence of the files. So here you can see I have a folder called Lost Instances from GD Launcher. I have a list of instances, and these have been lost forever. I had 4 tech packs. I wish I could zoom in better. Like, you can't actually see the text here. That's probably the best I can do. I had a custom single player pack, and mind you, it looks like I have files here, right? But they're all corrupt. They all have invalid data headers. They are just a bunch of broken bits for the most part. Some of it's there, but most of it is gone. If I go to my saves, it's an invalid zip file. If I look here, this icon, invalid. So I was able to get names of mods. I was able to get names of mod packs, but I lost my 1.12 world, which I spent a lot of time on. This was my Let's Play world. You can see I spent a lot of time in this world. And I lost this almost a while ago, really. I moved some of my files around, but like a lot of this stuff is just dead, just gone, which sucks. So yeah, like I had a bunch of cool mods in here. I really enjoyed this pack. I never published it anywhere. Mind you, I made a Let's Play in that world. I made, you know, a Let's Play for that pack. So it's not gone forever. Who likes to watch their own videos? I have a bunch of, like, this was, I think, 1.16 era. This was, like, 1.16.2, 1.16.4, and then 1.16.5 was the version we all settled in with. But I made a bunch of tech packs that I actually developed really cool worlds in that I liked. I think these were for, like, 1.14 and 1.15. And then a bunch of these I lost, but I was able to move them to Curse. Because they were like, damn, I lost my world, but at least I've got my saves. And then I had my Forgecraft instance, which I didn't do anything with because it was a server that I barely played on. I was really hoping I could restore anything from anywhere. For the most part, most of it was gone. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, this turned into harmonious engineering. That's actually really funny. This was, Trapeze Finger was the name I used to call it because I was always worried about balance. So yeah, rest in peace. Anyways, what is my favorite launcher to deal with? Right now, it is Prism Launcher. Prism Launcher is my favorite. Yeah, it didn't get that buried. I did see it. Yeah, so Prism is my favorite right now. It is multi-MC, which was always used to be my favorite, until they started getting stubborn about Forge when they changed the installer format, I think in 1.15. Then I moved off of it because they were just being... The developers for multi-MC were just being childish, which I can say the same for some of the developers of Forge as well. Hence why NeoForge exists. How are we doing over here, by the way? We're all right. Oh, that's an oversight. I don't know that that's really a problem, but that is an annoyance. That's okay. So yeah, Prism's nice now because they have more Modpack platform support. They have better support. They immediately supported NeoForge, like no problem at all. They have the ability to browse mods to download and update really well. It's not perfect, but given everything else you get out of it, it's worth it to me. Fun fact about this mod pack that I'm working on, by the way, if you see down here, I've been playing this mod pack for 56 days. Like, non-stop, actual time in the mod pack, 56 days. Since I moved to Prism, I've only played 150 days. And of those, 56 is here. Yeah, I actually had a GTNH server. I gave up on that. I got really, really frustrated with MB and just gave up. It was not well explained whatsoever, and there didn't seem to be a route that wasn't going to require me to give my every single waking minute to maintaining machines, which just sounded like a pain in the ass, because it is. It's a cool pack, and I love watching people play it. I really enjoy watching people play it, but I don't enjoy playing it. I don't have the time. If I had more time, if I was a full-time YouTuber or a full-time streamer, which I certainly am not, so very far from it, then yeah, I would absolutely, like, not a doubt in my mind, it would be super cool to play that pack and to get into it, but I'm not. None of those things are the case. And so with my limited time outside of my day job and my usual chores and cooking dinner and dealing with a dog, I don't want to play a pack that I'm spending the entire time doing routine maintenance on machines because I cannot craft duct tape. So I wanted to get a tier installer. A tier installer of the second variety would also be good for our crusher. I mean, this pack has both, but there are some things, a lot of the paradigms you keep bringing up, Redstone Game Stream, I have thought about. For example, the reason we have Duraplast production, the reason we even have any of the, what is this called again? The phenolic resin. The reason we have this entire factory, sure, I could use the metal press for a lot of things, but the better wires can only be crafted in the metal press. You can create the soft metals into wire from plate, but to make any of the other metal types, you need to make them in a metal press. Gears, do we even actually, that is a question. What are even the uses? There's not even a use for the gear press. We don't even have gears in this pack. The plates and rods, where's my rod mold? Where did that go to? I guess I gotta make a new rod mold. Oh yeah, dear God, no. No thermal expansion. You go immersive engineering straight into mechanism. Rodney? Rod? The rods can only be made through the metal press. That's not good, RGB. That's rough. Sky Factory 3 is barely worth it anyway, in my opinion. It's a good pack though. It's just, it's way better than all the mods to the sky of any variety, any flavor. But then to get into mechanism, so one of the things that I've changed, the infusing factory, right? The infusing factory types, these infused types you can only make from enriched carbon, enriched diamond, enriched obsidian, or enriched redstone / gold / tin. You cannot just put tin dust, redstone dust, glowstone dust, or I guess not glowstone, diamond dust, etc. You need to... FTP interactions is pretty weird. Yeah, that's a reasonable take, to be honest. You need to enrich. So you're going to be stuck wanting an enrichment chamber and a infuser, metallurgic infuser. Early game. So for the metallurgic infuser, you need kiln brick, you need transistors, capacitors, steel, and you need the steel casing, which is why we have Duroplast. There's only two ways to make this, which is Duroplast and HDPE, which is why we have this factory. We have enough Duroplast to kill a man in mechanism machines. And so every single mechanism machine of the base variety, which I don't know if there's an easy way to see that, most of these are going to have the same formula of requires steel chassis or steel casing and requires some variants of transistors and capacitors. Usually. It does depend. Some of them are different, you know, machines are different. And then the combiner probably could be better. I might need to revise that recipe. So a lot of the recipes are entangled just to make sure you don't get too... Yeah, I don't want to make one mod obsolete just because you've unlocked a new one. I think that's a really lame route to take nowadays. I think it's fun wanting to spread out your setups like this so that you can actually manage to keep a respectable frame rate of 120, 130 with all these machines around, because you've spaced things out and then used trains to interconnect things where you can. Mind you, that doesn't work so well on servers. I think we all kind of know that at this point. That's why my house is all the way over here and everything's connected with wires, is because I did not want lag at my house. Create could get abandoned. In theory, Create might get abandoned, but I mean, not really by that much. There are some things still that, like, if I wanted to make more enrichment chambers, boom. Capacitors, yeah. I mean, like, there's a bunch of things that Create probably will get left behind for, but that's not, like, hot take, that's not a bad thing, because Create is not very performant, and I think a little more importantly, it is, like, the first tech mod you get into. So, yeah, I would think it's safe to say that the first tech mod you get into probably should be entirely replaceable by some point. It's, like, the most primitive and the laggiest. Meanwhile, I mean, we need plastic for a while. Until we get HDPE automated, we still need most of this top floor. We're still going to need capacitors for a good while. PCBs are still going to be used pretty regularly, so we're still going to need this for a good while. I mean, yeah, that's not invalid, but in Harmonious Engineering, you had to make every single thermal machine in the Mechanical Crafter, and that got... That gave it a lot of use, but it didn't really, like... It certainly never made me say, wow, I'm so glad I did that. Otherwise, I would have never used this, but it was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. Ow. Where do the items for this keep going? Are they just... Oh, they're going in here. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's configure you. What the heck is this? That's the front? Well, I'm glad you have an icon that shows me that. Because that is odd. That's a hot take. All right, so input. Did I stutter? Okay, no, I didn't. You're just really confused. Does a basic energy cube have worse IO rates than... I think a basic energy cube might actually be worse. You might need to upgrade. I mean, that's fine. That was the right one. Yep. I might. We'll see. There are some recipes like that, but not a ton. There we go. Yeah, we were not able to input enough to receive a net positive, which is kind of weird, but whatever. That's fine. That's whatevs. Let's go ahead and grab another one of these. Just for fun. Go ahead. Can I get you up to this tier? I can. Let's do that. Well, belts from Immersive already use the mechanical belt. So I don't know. If we look at the sequenced assembly recipes, let's see, recipe sequences. There's a bunch from Create Steam and Rails. Pumpkin pie can be made in a few ways, but that's like one of the better ones, using either honey or sugar. Maybe. Maybe. It's not a bad idea. It really isn't a bad idea at all. I will write that down. There are a couple of things. I don't remember what that's used for. I should bookmark that so I can triple check and make sure I don't want to change or use that some other way. Because that seems like that could be replaced with a control circuit. Is that really only used in one place? Yeah, that can be replaced with a PCB. And then we can remove that recipe and hide that item. Get tracked. Several. That's why pumpkin pie is so much more expensive now. Pumpkin pie cannot be eaten portably. Pumpkin pie has to be placed. And then you can either eat it off the ground or you can slice it up and bring it with you. So that's why it takes an egg and then a pie crust. Or, again, pie crust in, honey, pumpkin, egg, which these are all three pretty easily automatable. Then smash it all together. Like you do. And then as far as Farmer's Delight goes, we have Farmer's Delight and Delightful. So we have significant amounts of food. Hence why my backpack is full of so many different foods. Because I have the auto feeding upgrade. Let's really quickly get rid of the control circuit. Potentially. Right, I forgot that's too small to read. Let's see, event.remove output. Actually, let's just grab the ID of the recipe itself. More reliable this way. Event.remove, create connected, sequenced, assembly, control chip. Event.replace input for that control chip. Input, create, connected. Control. Can I just do this? Chip. Farmer's Delight really is great. No recipe, no uses. Perfect. Let's hide that from JEI so people don't see it and get confused about why that's there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. Control chip is gone. Didn't like how it looked anyway. It was looking at me funky. Let's go ahead and remove, create, connected control chip. Don't need the debug tooltips anymore. We need to make a new factory for some of our new tech. AE2 comes after Mechanism. You get Pretty Pipes as soon as you... So Pretty Pipes comes free with Create. Funky rendering. So Pretty Pipes is great. Pretty Pipes will require andesite alloy for all of these, and then these blank pipe modules are going to require that as well. Just another reminder of why Create kind of isn't dead later game, because I think andesite, or these pipes, are some of the best for certain tasks. I do really like your sequence assembly idea, though. And then you need, of course, pneumatic craft to actually pressurize your pipes, but you also need energy for that, so who really cares? And then you get into AE2, A32. AE2 mostly is fine. Okay, there is no iron. All iron in AE2 has been replaced with steel, and all osmium in Mechanism has been replaced with steel, because osmium is only used in the one mod for that one thing, and it's goofy, whereas tin is used in pewter, because that's how pewter is actually made. We did that on Thursday's stream. Pewter blend from Eidolon was done really weird. Peter Griffin weird? Pewter, not Peter. And then the logic processors all require the basic control circuit or elite control circuit or advanced control circuits from Mechanism. So you have to do Mechanism before you can even do AE. Not even because of these recipes, but because the quest says so. And what happens is if I do tag, it's just to say remove AE2, anything from AE2 I won't be allowed to have. Not only will it turn into gibberish and I won't know what it is, if I give it to myself or find it in a chest somewhere, it's going to get turned into an artifact. And I can't use it because this is a completely different ID now. Now if I give it back to myself, now I get it back. And it turns its name back to normal. The item does, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you have to follow the progression. You won't be allowed to skip around. Now, I want to say this create center guy, the new one. I say new, it's not new. It's trains and all this stuff has been around for like a year-ish now. The display link. Not cheat mode. I knew I forgot to turn something off. The display link. I'm gonna be really lazy right now. It's definitely not because I have like 16,000 copper and I don't care about a few pieces. If I remember correctly, if I grab a display board... I think it'd be really cute if we had a way to say, like, here's how far the train is. No, I'm not going to do that. I know that that makes sense, but the... Oh, I'll be right back. I have a package, I think. That's weird. And then I'll get into that. I have no idea why, but one of the package providers, I think it's US or UPS, keeps on sending our packages to one of our neighbors. And the kid is super sweet and keeps bringing them over. But this is the second one so far in like the last 10 days. It's ridiculous. DHL did it last time. I wonder if DHL delivered this one. I don't know. This was a next day delivery from AutoZone. Also, the cheese is out, so the dog is out. Look at that goblin. So the reason I don't want to replace Copper Sheet with a circuit is because all the circuits will come way after, well into Pneumaticraft, way after Create. And my goal is for people to enjoy and really savor each chapter's mod as much as possible. So I don't want you to be like, I want to get out of Create so that I can finish Create. That's not the goal. But when you get into the next chapter, it should be easier to make some of those things because you've got better technology. There is not computer craft in this mod pack. Sorry, I haven't eaten today, so... And it's already well after noon. I think it's like 2? What time is it? 2:45. I haven't eaten today. Look at that stinky baby. My goal is not to make this pack like GregTech New Horizons. Or like just vanilla GregTech the mod. My goal is to make it somewhere in between. Something akin to... Well, it's going to be my own thing. But a lot of my inspiration has been drawn from GTNH, Omnifactory / Nomifactory, and Create Above and Beyond. And my pure hatred for mods like all the... Or mod packs like all the mods. Cannot stand that mod pack. Anyways, that's enough dog. Now, I don't remember how these work. I thought... Sources? Sources. Here we go. That's what I wanted to verify. No, stop that. Right here. Actually, I really do want you up a block. We're gonna put a little stand here. So that's the target. We need a source. I don't remember where I put the... is it all the way over here? That might not even reach. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Now, we're gonna need... like, the most basic water wheel for this. Probably should make some more in case chain drives, but I don't really feel like it. We'll grab some shafts. Well, conveniently enough, we already have this right here. Gold farm? If you're thinking the infinite gold recipe from Soul Sand, then no, I've removed that. Infinite resources are not going to be a thing unless by vanilla means. Actually, no. I forgot. I removed copper, gold, gold nugget, and iron drops from all the undead. Yes. So you can discolor or uncolor things. Correct. I think those are crazy overpowered for this pack. Just make a quarry with create though. That's my argument. This pack is not one you're gonna get done quickly, though. I've been playing this for months. Oh, I need more speed? Lame. In before this overstresses. Is that fast enough? That seems like it should be fast enough, surely. Yep. Alright, so that's fast enough. Now I have no idea how to get data to show up on this. I need to remember that part too. I don't really want duplicate nuclear power, and I don't really want that in this case. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but the pack is already pretty dang close to complete. So I don't really want to change progression in such a way that I need to shift everything all over again. I also cannot stand Create New Age. It feels like it was made with glue and paper mache. My experience with it in the Steampunk mod pack was far from nice. There we go. But this isn't the factory, that's the next place. You have storage doors, you have vaults and silos from Create, you have iron chests, you have pretty pipes. The thing about this, like, I mean, I appreciate the input, but I don't... I've been playing this pack for 60 days. Not like, I mean, mind you, not every single minute of that has been just playing the pack. Some of it has been developing the pack as well while the window was open, because I need to reload and test things. But this world, like, if we go look at stats... What is it? Time played? Time played? I've been playing for 15 days in this world. No, I mean, you're good. You're good. It's just, a lot of things that, this isn't my first rodeo. And so, like, a lot of things that I definitely messed up on the first time around, I've gotten a lot better with. And I'm decently proud of that. My dog is devastated because she did not receive any more cheese, because it was my first... So yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I still have to learn. I won't say that I'm entirely flawless, because obviously I'm not, and I never will be. But you know, I'm getting better. Let's do just next train. I don't know that I like... I kind of just want... Oh, I like that. Pretty Pipes. Pretty Pipes has a... We were using this until we got into AE. It was perfect. Think like Tom's Simple Storage, but much better. Yes, it has a way to request and craft. Platform column size. Integrated Dynamics gives me a headache, and I'm a programmer, so I'm not entirely stupid. I am pretty stupid, though. Station name. Dot. Yep, I like that. I wish it would say... something slightly different, but whatever. I don't like that it says the next train, but like it's... I don't know. Going to factory is what it means, but I don't want to say that at all. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, like Pretty Pipes is really cool. Let me show you real quick. That way you can hopefully have some of your concerns put to rest, because it is much better than I think a lot of people give it credit for. You can also clear this name tag. We don't need that anymore. So I have crafting terminal. I have a pipe pressurizer. Let's grab a P2P tunnel real quick, so that I can power the pipe pressurizer. I'm not trying to make a unique mod pack. I'm trying to make my mod pack. Is it a problem that it goes from immersive engineering to mechanism? I mean, there's only so many mods. And to me, the logical flow is you can't really learn about using electricity until you're familiar with it. So mechanism kind of compacts and replaces things. Some things, not everything, surprisingly. Let's see, we've got a P2P tunnel, we got a cable, we need Pretty Pipe, pipes, and I need a chest. And then I'm just going to put a P2P tunnel right here. It's going to be another minute until it gets here. Never mind. Forget that. Yeah, that's kind of it, right? Like, it's just, it does kind of track. All right, load configuration. We'll go back. I really wanted, and I should put these at each one of these stops. I really want to start advertising how long it's going to take before the train arrives. That way I can debate really quickly. Do I want to fly or should I just wait for the train? I'm not going to wait a minute for a train. Did I just do that wrong? I swear to God, I hate the way P2P works. Like, I don't mind it. It's just, it's so unclear. Copying and pasting should be more clear. Owie. The spicy cable got me. How did you get in here? Jerk. There we go. So now that's going to receive power from our P2P network. So what's really cool is the pipe pressurizer is completely optional, but it makes any pipe hooked up to it run faster. So I'm gonna put a diamond chest here, and I'm gonna put a long line of pipes that just kind of spaghetti around. Just for fun. Just to prove a point. And so now I have a crafting terminal, and I can put things in here, and they're gonna go really fast, and now they're gonna go into the storage. And then if I need them later, I can just request 10 by hitting control or a stack by hitting shift, and they will zip on over. And then if I break the pressurizer, it won't be as quick, and we can actually watch it as it takes the trout. Now, the best thing about Pretty Pipes is Pretty Pipes has some of the most flawless facade mechanic I've ever seen. It is really good. Doesn't work with tile entities. I can't say I've ever tried. But it does work really well with like any of the connecting glasses. So if I made a couple of the create connected glasses, I'm pretty sure this works. I haven't tested it in a while. No, okay, that one doesn't work. But one thing that I do really like is grass always has a struggle, and grass tinting actually does work really well. And it just takes up the whole block. So Pretty Pipes is what you're gonna have for a while, but it's not the end of the world, and it's not that expensive, and you can use any storage with it. So we actually are still using, this is the storage system I made for my Pretty Pipe network. We upgraded it a little while ago to add more drawers. Before I actually had about a third of the drawers that we have now. But we've been using this one item silo for the longest time, and it just continues to work really well for us. My Tinker's Hammer is important. I need that. I don't need the crafting terminal. And you can just go get smelted back into normal glass. So yeah, like as far as the balance goes, it's decent. You know, it's tolerable. No remote networking stuff for until you get into AE, but I think that's okay. And it works really well across long distances. Like we ran a really long pipeline underground that went from here. We actually copied the pipeline and used it here as well for our AE wire because it was all chunk loaded. That went up and over into this space, but then when I built this, I didn't bother. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's not the perfect pack, but it's definitely unique, and I think that's gonna keep it interesting. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I don't really care. I'm not popular, and I'm good with that. You know, like. I know, well, Well, Pretty Pipes already has a lot of recognition. Pretty Pipes doesn't need any help. Besides, I'm best friends with the mod developer. Best friends, but we still talk shit to each other. I guess that's why we're friends, huh? Pretty Pipes has 8.5 million downloads. Starting to get a little anxious with my armor here. Just want to make sure that this data stays, which it should. Screw it. While we're on a repairing spree, we may as well go repair another right sword. Little shit. We don't need any more ash. We've got enough steel. I was gonna say 11,000 million is a lot of millions. That's, I believe, trillions, in fact. It is trillions. Come on, Alter. Take your time. Also, hurry up. Oh, Antgamer sent you. Well, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, are you playing on the Steampunk server? I would actually... You know, I ask dumb questions. I don't know if anyone knows about this site. So all of my servers... Good God, yeah, there are lots of people on. All of my servers, except for hidden ones, there's one hidden one. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but that's why it's hidden. Run on this website. This website, forwardserve.net. I've owned this domain for years. Forwardserve is my server. It is a dedicated machine that sits in my house that backs up to a NAS and runs on a fiber backend. And so if you ever want to see who's on, there's an API and there's also a web page. So I can actually see who's all on. So when you said 9 players, I was like, wow, it has 9 players on it. Dang. I have that little right there. There's a little thing called a tidbit that I have a custom script running on. Right now it says that I'm streaming so that my wife, if she wants to know what I'm up to, can see, am I in a Zoom meeting for work? Am I streaming? And if nothing is going on that's important that she should know about, it shows me who's playing on the servers. So every time I walk by it at night, or especially during the day, I've noticed there's always been at least like 2 people on. I'm actually really surprised by how busy it's been. So I'm glad people have been enjoying it. And then, yeah, if you ever want to see how much how the server's doing overall, we're using 71% of our RAM right now, which is pain because the server has 128 gigs of RAM. Like, that is actually misery. That is so much memory. Memory usage per container. So it looks like one of the private packs is running on about 18 gigs. FTB Genesis is using about 20. Steampunk is using 19. Vanilla server is using 4-ish, 4.5. My other vanilla server is using about 4. The 112 modded server is using about 20. The Space Engineer server is using 4. And then my website is using 50. Jeez. Yeah, it's really interesting to see where a lot of the CPU usage is going. Right now, a lot of it is going to FTB Genesis. And it just kind of gets interesting, you know? Mr. Hanlow, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So yeah, Space Engineers is killing 122%, so that's probably this big yellow chunk we're seeing right here. And then the Steampunk server is killing 121%, which means it's using all of one thread and then some of a second thread. Or some of multiple threads, which is probably more likely in this case. Anyways, that's a lot of technicality that is not at all relevant here. I was just trying to repair my sword. All my gear is fully repaired now, which is nice. What should we do? I mean, it's only been 2.5 hours since stream started. We've got a lot of stuff set up. Should we set up a level emitter? Why don't we do that? ME level emitter, energy level emitter is kind of cool. That's a cool concept. Let's just do a normal one, though, and hook that up to a redstone link here. So let's grab Certus Quartz. And let's grab a, not panel, board. And a piece of glass to put over that spot, because we're not going to use that anymore. So we'll turn you into, come on, into you. So that way I can put this back how it was. Boom. So now these are back to normal. And what we'll do... We probably don't even need this anymore, now that I look at this. Let's move our chunk loader here. And reload the chunks. Let's go ahead and up our boost so that I can get out of here pretty easily. Now let's just grab a repeater and some redstone dust. Repeater and redstone dust. And what we'll do is we'll have an ME level emitter here that emits when Certus Quartz emit when levels are below 1900, which will then be used to emit a signal. Not really, no. Most resources you're gonna have to go mining for. So we can just put a repeater straight into this, and now that's going to turn on our entire system. And it's going to keep it running until we have enough Certus Quartz. So once we reach 1900 Certus Quartz, we will stop our entire system here. I should grab more stone and start to fill this in a little better. It is really inconsistently filled. And I think I have a piece of quartz glass that is lit that I can use here. So that I can always see this before I kind of dig into it too much and break stuff on accident. And now we saved redstone links, and it is completely automatic. Heck yeah, let's go. Now what I might need to do, just to be safe, is grab a void upgrade. To put on this drawer down here. That way, if I make too much Certus quartz, it doesn't go and start filling up my network. Does this modpack have a way to... Yeah, okay, so I answered that. Building block-wise, we have a lot of choices, and there is potential for more. I just decided not to go with the overloading option. But we have a bunch. So JEI is sorted by mod, and I organized the mods in order of what can you access. So AE and Mechanism and Entangled Blocks, because they require AE, are all the way at the end. And Vanilla Minecraft and your standard building mods, which I'm going to get into, and Quark and Chisel and the Biome mods and supplementaries all come first. And then you get into your first magic mod, your second magic mod, your third magic mod, your fourth magic mod, your first tech mod, your second tech mod, your third tech mod, and your fourth and fifth tech mods. So they're ordered that way. That way, as you're scrolling through, if you're curious, you hopefully will kind of get the gist. So for building, we have Architect's Palette. We have decorative block, or decorative blocks? Yeah, decorative blocks. We have the Universal Sawmill, which is insanely useful for making a bunch of saw thing or wood things without having to microcraft, basically, because some things are just really annoying to make. We have every compat, so every single wood variant will have a compatibility layer for a lot of these popular building blocks, which you can see here for several pages. So many pages. More pages. We have handcrafted for interior decoration. We have framed blocks and Quark and Crayfish's. Oh, we have Macaw's Bridges and then Mr. Crayfish's Furniture mod, because it does have a lot of cool stuff that's really helpful. We have Twigs. We have, and now we're getting into Quark. And then we have the Chisel mod. We have Regions Unexplored for our Biome mod that adds a lot of cool decorative blocks. We have supplementaries. We have, wait, if this is Twigs, then what was this? Quark, I guess, Quark. Thought I saw something from Twigs, but this is all Quark. And then you have Farmer's Delight and framed storage drawers and storage drawers and backpacks and iron chests. So there's a lot. Oh, and then there's an end mod that I haven't really played with that much yet, the outer end. So we have quite a few. That's why we have the builds that we do kind of looking decently good. Like this is the section that I built over here for Eidolon on the first floor. And then the second floor is Embers. And the third floor is just my Ember activator. And then if we go take the teleporter, by the way, this is my house, my actual sleeping quarters, which is super cute and cozy. Every day I get a little closer to finishing this cake. My auto-feeding upgrade beats me to it a lot of times. But this is why I like handcrafted, is like the little touches in here are perfect. And I really love the beds and the furniture. So that's why we've got that. We've got a music listening area over here, mostly from handcrafted, and then some secret storage. And then, right, blood magic stuff over here. This is where I've got all my blood magic, and I've also got my ember boar hidden back here. I have a Well of Suffering running, and we're using the lava from the Well of Suffering to produce all of our pneumatic craft power. How long until the train? 2 minutes. Nope, we're flying. Yeah, the train just left. Correct. Chipped adds the same 11 blocks. Sorry, the same, I think it's close to 22 or 24 blocks. 1,000 times. And it doesn't... I don't know. I don't really care for chipped. I liked it for a while, but then I realized that there's enough blocks. And that chipped doesn't really add anything that I couldn't already do with the mods I had at the end of the day. So yeah, if we sneak into spectator mode, I have a one of the lava well rituals running, and then this is just getting all my lava. All my lava then comes over here into my liquid compressing room, which is where all of our compressed or compression comes from for pneumatic craft. Cheesy, but also very fun to have set up that. It took a lot of work. What about crop farms? I've got, I rotate this one out pretty regularly. Right now, I needed a lot of hemp for my wires for immersive. So I've got a sugarcane farm and then this. I don't have any of the, it's weird. Normally I do the create farms because they're easy, but I just have been not inclined to do that, which probably isn't a bad thing. I don't know. I just haven't really felt like doing it. It introduces a little bit of lag and they're kind of goofy. I liked my gantry farm that I did, my gantry tree farm that I did in Harmonious Creationeering. That was a really fun tree farm. I really enjoyed that. So I would do that again, but I've also, like, I don't have anything consuming logs automatically. So all my logs, all of these that I have, I just go farm them when I need them because it's satisfying to farm them too. Keep in mind the pneumatic craft drill has vein mine mode. And then tree vein mine mode as well. So it's like kind of a lot of the things that you seem to be really concerned about haven't been an issue. Like all of the iron that I have all of this iron, all 12,000 iron, I've gotten completely through manual mining. Because it's just very enjoyable. We have really cool cave systems that worked out to be really fun. Like I've just got this whole lava river. I don't know. It just gets really satisfying to do resource gathering at this stage. That's fair. That's why I'm not sure if there's a mod that I'm thinking about installing. I might do that instead of create power loader, and maybe you can be my voice of reason here, my temptation to do it. There is a mod on CurseForge. I'm just gonna have a CurseForge's search is about as stupid as a rat looking for a slice of pizza. Mechanism Infinity Miner. Site curseforge.com. There is a thing that I'm trying to think of. Mining with mech. What is? Oh, okay. Would it be in my history? Compact void miners. Here it is. It has not a thing to do with mechanism in the name, but definitely in the recipe. So this is a feed it item, receive ore kind of block. So void pump, void miner. You know what? Screw it. Let's install it and play with it a little bit. Let me just grab these because now I'm too tempted. I can also make a lot of it involve the create crafting sequences and make it require inputs, I think, from what I was seeing in the screenshots. That would make it worth... Oh, actually, I do want to go back to Silk Touch. Silk Touch is my daily drive. All right. Let's get rid of create power loaders and let's do compact void miner. Do you have it on? Do you have it on Modpack? When was this updated? February 15th. No, you don't have it on here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, both of these search engines are really bad, so you actually tend to have better luck if you just copy the username, go to the CurseForge tab, and then just search for mods by that username specifically. It's stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and make a backup of my world real quick. Harmonious Engineering, Minecraft saves, and 27zip 7z. And I'm going to take a quick break, take a stretch break, and grab another package that has arrived at my door because no one can seem to get their crap together today while this backs up and launches again. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Take care of yourselves and go take a stretch break if you need it yourself as well. Be back. Oh, streamer note. Mala has decided to take a break as well. She will not be keeping an eye on you. So behave yourself. Stretch break completed. Package acquired. Mala is taking an extended break. Noma Factory and Omni Factory do the same thing, don't they? But no, I haven't tried them, but one of the YouTubers that I watch, so I watch Threefold on YouTube. I think his videos are great. I'm glad he's back, but also I totally respect taking a break. And I also watch, Who's the other guy that I watch a lot that started Technological Journey today? Why can't I remember his name? Ghostopedia. Actually started a Technological Journey Let's Play recently, I think. Yep. Well, that's cool. I didn't craft a void pump. Okay, so this mod I will have to fix the recipes for. Redictionificator. I kind of don't hate that recipe. That is not a bad recipe by default. I'm going to cheat this in and just play with it for a second. See how it goes. Okay, I immediately have a problem with the fact that it doesn't draw the black background. The recipe visually... This is front-facing block. Front-facing block cannot hurt you, but it does hurt me. It even is facing me in my hand. Ugh, gross. It is minorly cursed. So stinky. My sweet dog here just yawned and spread the stink of her mouth hole to the entirety of the universe. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, can I... Are you loaded? You're not loaded. Now you're loaded? Now you're loaded. Okay, so this is the progress bar. That's what I was trying to figure out. Where did the bamboo ladder come from? Does this just generate crap? Hang on, how does this work? That is so stupid. Okay, save and quit. we're just not. I'm not gonna mess with that. That is super stupid. That is like really dumb. Sorry, that just baffles me. There's a lot about that I was made very upset by. What is it? Envirotech? Environmental tech? Does this have a recent release? No. Okay. I do apologize. I actually really need to take an emergent bathroom break. I'm going to go do that real quick, and then we're going to figure out what to do about mining things at endgame. I guess we'll have to figure that out. I will be right back. All right, so sorry about that. Let's see. What are our quarry options, I guess? A quantum quarry wouldn't be the worst thing. I really prefer Modrinth's search. I don't like any of these quarries. I've tried these. I've never been a huge fan. But I don't know. Maybe. We'll give it a try. Let me revert the config changes here real quick. We'll give it a try. Yeah, I know it is a Buildcraft quarry, but modern. I may load up a test world and see what all I can do with this as well, because I'm a little curious. Buildcraft is real again. Except Pretty Pipes will do everything it possibly can to not spit your items out into the world. Whereas Buildcraft was way too happy to just shit your items everywhere. Too eager. Eerily eager, I might even say. Now all we need is IC2 Classic. And we're just back to Golden Age Minecraft all over again. All right, let's make a super flat world. Because I want to test a couple of things. Yeah, pretty much. That's fine. Creative, yep. I made this super flat, right? That would be pretty cool. I think part of what always concerns me with additional enchanted miner is it adds so many things that I wouldn't want. Like, a quarry would definitely be made, there you have it, everyone. Nope, this is on Neoforge, actually. Wait, I know what I can do. I can just do edit mode. complete instantly. And now I have all the tags. Right? Yep. Cool. Alright, so that is a quarry. That is just a quarry. If I grab a creative... I don't usually keep creative things enabled because you can't make them, and I don't want you to think that you can. Creative energy cube. I think the creative energy cube is broken. Oh, you know what? We'll just do this. All right. Yep. So that is working now. If I break you, you leave these behind. Okay. Oh, but if I break that, they all break. Okay. Hang on. That's interesting. So what I'm wondering... Let's just grab a piston arm. With a crank. And some glue. This is specifically what I want to know is, if I grab you... Hey, Tommy Racing. If I grab you, if I put you down... Well, we're about to figure that out. Because you could do the Entangleporter to move items around and to move energy around. Yep, I am American. You're from Italy. That's cool. Well, welcome. See, to me, you should really just use one of the create... Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. To me, this is much slower than just using your create rope pulley quarry. And requires a lot more setup, even if this worked, which it's deciding not to. Which is weird. Usually this works. Just to make sure that I'm not losing my mind, if I wanted to move you, could I? If I unglued you. I can't. I mean, that's fair. speed. It does handle water more graciously, too. It's just really funny to watch. I don't know, though, because, like, if you can't... I don't think I'm going to keep this, because if you cannot... if you can't move it... If you can't move it, then what's the point? Why not just use a digital miner? Yeah, you can definitely expand the range with the different landmarks, or markers in this case, but Buildcraft used to call them landmarks. Yeah, we're not going to keep it, but that's interesting. I'm glad I played with it, because I haven't played with it in a while. It's still called Quarry Plus internally. And I'm going to bring back the power loader. And we're going to revert all changes to JEI. But I don't want that. Just use create. Use immersive engineering has the excavator. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. I think we're good. I think power loaders, if you really want to make an inchworm drive that can mine a bunch of stuff. Yeah, okay, I was right there. That does sound funny. I've been streaming for 3 hours. I figured I'd probably stream for another hour or two. Probably actually more like another 30 minutes, actually. I forgot. I totally forgot I had dinner plans tonight at 5:30, so... I like that, the AE2 components will respect any and all form of the various wrenches in Forge wrenches. All right, let's see about making another dimensional chest. Another pair of dimensional chests. Ah, we didn't need 4. Whatever. I wish these could face forward like barrels. That is the one thing that kind of bugs me about them. That's fine, though. They do have a fun opening animation, though. And we're going to make... 3 is going to be... You know what? Let's do this the real way. 3 is going to be crushing, and 4 is going to be auto importer. So let's grab an import bus. Let's grab acceleration cards. Gross, okay. I guess we'll have to do that some other way. That's fine. So we'll do 3 change private, right? Let's grab a label. And a dust of some sort. Actually, let's do flint. Flint makes sense. And then this will just go straight to... We'll do 4 for now. And then you can be... Sorry, I'm trying not to zap myself. Private 3, change. 4, change. Oh. Wait a minute. I have a really dumb question that I'm curious about now. Text animator is really cool. So let's see. Rainbow. Next train. Oh, it doesn't work. That was really helpful. Now, we need... I could put these in here, right? And they're all going to get sucked up, taken away, crushed. I need another... I need an import bus. I need another dimensional chest. Also, these don't have a use or crafting recipe. Get out of here. I take it we have enough Certus quartz now? 1900. So this is automatically turned off. It's all offline. Perfect. Beautiful. Man, that is so good. And I actually already have an import bus here, but that's okay. I'm not going to use it. Forgot about that being there. Cable. We'll do cable. Actually, do we even want a cable? Or do we just want an import bus on channel 4 private? Let's turn that jump boost up again. This is why I like having it modular. And then I need to turn a bunch of you into inscriber calculation presses. Let's go ahead and grab you, make you into silicon. Grab you and start making you into circuits. So, acceleration cards. Do I have any advice? No, because I'm not very good at it. I don't know. I do feel like it's one of those things that just takes time and takes perseverance. You know? I've been doing this for years. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination famous. Not that I really care. I enjoy doing this. I think that's probably the biggest thing is enjoy doing it. If you ever stop enjoying it, stop doing it. Don't force it because you want success, because you want fame. Do it because you think it's fun. And I'm sure that's probably why, but, you know. Can you only have 4? Yeah, you can. Got it. Well, that's fine. And so now we just kind of import things immediately. Now, I want a dimensional tablet. Dimensional tablet is going to require one of these guys, and we're going to need one more steel plate. Let me grab all the dust that we have that needs to be processed real quick. Nickel dust, zinc, iron, and uranium. That can all go in here. Eventually, it'll all be automated, and we won't really need to care about having those dimensional storages around. But right now, it's just keeping me from having to go back and forth quite so often. But yeah, I do think, like, don't worry about your camera. Don't worry about your layout. Don't worry about, you know, the little things. Worry about having a good microphone. Worry about having fun. And stay engaged with your audience. Those are, like, the biggest ones, really. So the dimensional tablet is, like, your ender pouch. And so now I can put things away, and they're going to go away. Mind you, I'll probably keep this on me all the time, but... I love this texture. I made this texture myself a couple of years ago, like a year and a half ago. And I just love it so much. I mean, yeah, it's not the best. There certainly is no reason to make the external heater. But, I don't know. It takes space, and it takes... Like, we know it, right? We know how to set these things up. So to us, this is a no-brainer, and that's why it's so OP. But to people who haven't done it before, that setting it up is not the easiest. So I get how, you know, like, there's still that sense of accomplishment. At least in my opinion. All aboard. All right, let's do a little bit of mining. I think that'd be a good way to wrap up the stream. Get some mining done, do some exploration. Wait, was the stack refill mod the reason why these stopped going into the slot you had selected? I've seen this mod. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot. I always thought it just added Ad Astra compatibility. That's how it looks from the top level. Oh, the belt grinder, the belt sander looks really good. Spring coiling. Interesting. Vacuum chamber. I wonder if that has PNC compatibility. Vibration chamber. Centrifuge. Oh, that looks super cool. I have a folder for Pack Dev. I'm putting this bookmark there because that looks really neat. Ironically, I had the compact void miners in my Pack Dev folder, and I forgot all about it being there. Anyways, we've got a pre-configured mining backpack, so it's perfect for the strip mine. I'm actually not going to strip mine. I prefer caving, or just jumping straight into lava. I suggest giving it a try if you haven't. Oh, I still got Silk Touch on. That's not ideal. Switch that over to Fortune. I feel like you're referring to an exact situation that has occurred to you before. Just a hunch, though. Alright, this is just a random pocket of water. Neat. More random pocket water. Perfect. You're the second person to tell me that, actually. Elpec was complaining about fluorite the other day while streaming, and I was like, I mean, it's required for the reactor. That's why we still have it. Osmium was only required for machine crafting, and the machines don't even look like they're made out of osmium. They look like they're made out of steel. So that's why I got rid of osmium, but not fluorite. But maybe I'm missing something, since he wasn't the only one to feel that way. Look at this guy. He exposed diamonds, and then it's just going to fill them all back in. Whoops. That was on vein mine all. My bad. I did more of a mess than he did, so... That looked like quite a few diamonds, because it was. Wow. I've been kind of blowing through all my diamonds with mechanism, so... Come on. Get up there. There we go. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, it is, but it doesn't need to be. Like, it's just a random material they chose that doesn't actually make that much sense in most of its uses. It's the same way I feel about why IC2 has added silver ore in the latest 119 and 120 versions, just for making glass fiber cables cheaper and pretty much nothing else. It's just unneeded bloat in the underground. We have enough stuff to deal with as it is. We have 10 overworld ores that you will have a bunch of. And I think that's plenty, personally. In Harmonious Engineering, there are only 9. The 10th one that we have here is... tin? No, we had tin. Let me think. We have zinc. Tin, uranium. We had all those. Silver, lead. Zinc, aluminum, nickel. What didn't we have in harmonious engineering? I know we only had 9. I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, though. It is. It truly is. So that's why I removed it. There is, like, even the gases I was able to get rid of and hide. They're completely gone. Everything's been replaced with steel. Or other materials where it makes more sense. Mostly steel. Are you kidding me? Just barely missed it. Jerk. That's why I have over 1,000 steel, is because you will need it. You will need it. And by the time you get into mechanism, of course, it's much easier to make that steel, but until you do, the coke oven's your only well, okay, your first steel doesn't even come from a blast furnace. It comes from... Why are there 2 recipes? Okay, that's fine, I guess. It actually comes from... Did my recipe break? What happened? Why did my recipe break? No, it didn't. Here it is. Sorry, I forgot I moved it. I forgot that I moved it out of the mixer and into the thermopneumatic processing plant. So this is how you'll get your first steel. It sucks. It's really slow, and you have to keep things really cold. And then you can get your first steel, and then you can start to make your other steel the normal way. But your blast furnace is going to require steel to make. So, cruelty. What a dingus. All right, lots of silver at this level. Another dingus. Deep slate copper is like the easiest way to just absolutely fill up your inventory. Because you get double copper when it's deep slate. You get double ore when it's deep slate. And it's times and a half, actually, but you get extra when it's a deep slate variant. And so it's like, oh, great. And copper already has a ton of drops. I'm really happy with this new and improved tin texture. Tin color, really. The texture is identical. The color is yellowish. More yellow. Not just bleached white. Unnaturally white. Mining away? Yeah. Oh, it's one of these jerks. Get poisoned. Luke, are you having an existential crisis? Will you stop? I'm trying to get this perfectly at 30. Playing No Man's Sky. Nice. I take it the update's pretty good. I haven't heard from you in a bit, so. A carbon-based organism. Outstanding. Truly. Well, that's tin. We need as much tin as we can get, because we don't have a lot. We're getting to the point where we're going to start to need bronze for some of the higher tech mech. Higher mech tech. Those are words of the biological variety. Well, now I'm down here. Fair enough. Look at that dummy. Look at this dummy. Dead. Blood magic is really powerful. But it's a different kind of power. So it still makes you feel like there's more to do. You know? But it is powerful. I'm not going to argue with you there. I got diamonds out of a pot, yes. Supplementaries is really powerful then. Yeah, like, blood magic definitely has its things that I'm like, seems a little bit too easy. But there's a few things that I know, I was just messing with you. There's a few things that I've changed that have made it a little better. Air sigil is expensive, etc. You've also got to keep in mind that blood magic is the next to last magic mod you get. So you have to play a lot of the pack. A good, I mean, like if you're speed running like 12 hours, maybe not 12, maybe like 6. If you're just like trying to cut as many corners and do the bare minimum, I guess. I don't know. If you lawn base, then you could probably get it done even faster. But you also need to find an undead spawner for a lot of things, so that's kind of one of those things that you'll want to get. I need that. I mean, I would definitely argue pneumatic craft is very powerful, but I'm very glad that it is as powerful as it is by the time you get to it, because it feels like you have, I bet you can guess the next words I'm going to say, earned it. Because I love this drill, but it took me a really long time to get it. And a lot of figuring and finagling to get it so that I could just keep using it all the time, basically. So I don't know. There's a difference between it being powerful and it being powerful and too easy to get. But like if you start it early, it doesn't feel quite as deserved. You know? I don't know. It's also part of what keeps the progression from feeling like such a drag. Knew it. It's also the second time this mining session that has happened, where a creeper has exposed diamonds. Is there an invisible spider somewhere? There's a bat. I think my wife might be home. The dog is excited, razzled even. Yeah, there is a spider. The lower you get, the harder mobs get, and that includes making them invisible, which is kind of a fun touch. What is this? Is this the stronghold? Yeah, we didn't. I forgot. We completely ignored the rest of the stronghold by the time when we were going to the end. By the time we found it, we were just like, "All right, that's good," and we left. It was enough slices. We should explore this for a bit. This is also not the stronghold where our end portal was. Oh my goodness, the dog is so happy that Mandy is home. So happy that she just burped. You ever been that happy? Look at this dummy. Get out of here, dummy. Look at all these doors I'm never going to use. Guarantee I'm throwing them away. I don't have an arc furnace yet. Probably should make one soon, though. I definitely want to get into diesel. I don't know why, but it's such a... Or biodiesel. They're such a pain to set up, but it's really rewarding. Like, it's just a lot of energy. And they're satisfying. I don't know. It's like setting up something in GregTech, but it's way easier. But it's that same amount of rewarding, where it's like, this took me a really long time. But here we are. We did it. Right. So, fun fact... Forgot about this. But you can just do that. And I can also just do this. Yoink. Did this place have no chests? Normally these have chests. At least one. In the corner. Dang. I feel mildly ripped off. I don't really care that much because we have so much stuff already. But... oh no, I sure hope the other players don't want these. Bombs are actually nice. I'm kind of happy we got bombs. I wish there was an easier way to get these. I should probably make the recipe a little cheaper or something. Motivate you to use them for tactical combat. I also just really hate making barrels, so that's why I stole all of those. I'm extra lazy today. I don't know. We're late game and just now exploring a stronghold, and it's not even the stronghold we went to. So it just feels kind of like, yeah, okay. Have some walls. Can I recycle you at all? No. Good carbon source for steel. I won't say no. I mean, technically most living things are a good carbon source for steel, to be honest. There's a guy with pig step on his spine. Where is this man? Your music is conflicting with mine. That reminds me. Carbon recipes from ash and coal coke. I should do those. The enriched carbon. Jerk. I don't really need those things. It's free metal. Power 4 is not bad, but we already have 5, so we're good. just don't mind me. Even more books. This is what I was looking for. Really hoping to find more smithing templates and things, but the last one had no chests, which was weird. Actually, a really good book. I might keep that one. I haven't been keeping any books because enchanting in this pack is so different that, like, villagers are a great way of getting an exact book, or otherwise just enchant and you'll get, like, the soul enchanter will let you pick exactly what enchantments go on there, sort of, in a way somewhere between vanilla enchanting and some of the more OP enchanters. And so it's like, you know, if you see an enchantment that you don't want, just enchant something else. Don't have to risk it, you know, like, just don't take it. I really hate making barrels. What can I say? Any interesting loot in the item frames? Not really. $1,000 books. Casual. Big dummy, get out of here. Where is the man? Oh, he's right here. Nice. I heard a really big, stupid arthropod. Where are you at? Do it. Alright, let's see. Nothing over there, nothing over there. Not gonna go up yet. Keyword being yet. Functional word, operative word. Alright, now we'll go up. Wait, actually, hang on. I gotta check for the secret. No, okay. Glow ink is too valuable to leave behind. I feel bad for them because they're really pretty, but God, glow ink is so good. Right, this is a secret. Forgot about this. My wife figured that out and then showed me at one point. I was like, yeah, dummy, look, the bricks are half broken. I was like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. That they are. All right. We're clearing this at a pretty good pace. Only have about 10 more minutes of streaming left. That's the way we came up. Okay, so we're actually pretty much done. Just have a couple of corridors in here that we probably didn't hit up, which is mostly going to contain stuff we don't really care about, I'm betting. Curse of Binding. Curse of Binding is way more dangerous now because right-clicking an item on accident will swap out your gear with it if it is in your hotbar. So it's like, oh god, I might want this, but I really don't want to accidentally bind it to myself. Speaking from experience. I was hoping to find one of these. I was gonna say, no chance these are all empty. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking we're about done there. I think we've covered everything. That was easy. Let's, I guess, toss some stuff and head back. I can't even crush these because I use my crushers for an enrichment chamber. Whoops. Who cares? Books. I have a few. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of these. Let's grab a drawer upgrade. Of the steel variety. Sure. Well, that's that. And then we can just do dust and just keep an eye out for more. And as we get more, we'll just go smelt it. Anyways, you guys, it's been a pretty long stream, almost 4 hours, and I've got dinner plans. So I'm going to go ahead and head out so that we can get ready and I can be of help. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I enjoyed hosting y'all. And I do hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And hopefully we will see you soon. If not tomorrow, probably Monday or the other way around. I don't have work on Monday, so I might stream again during the daytime on Monday. We'll just see. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Love y'all and see you soon. Bye.